We're streaming on Twitch. This is Steinitch, and this is the fourth day of Christmas. As you all know, there's 12 days. Starts on December 25th. So 25, 26, 27, 28. That's for 4 days so far. This is the fourth day. And we're going to have some fun here because I'm telling you, last night it was great. We were on the third day of Christmas. We did a lot of streaming. We do have the brainwaves, of course. Um, brainwaves are right up here. I always have the brainwaves. Delta, gamma, alpha, beta, theta. They're all right there. It's like you're looking inside my brain as I play, and it it's pretty incredible. It's about as incredible as you can get. So let's go ahead without any more ado. Before we get started with the play, I have here set up a board, and it's from this book. I'll show you the name of the book. It's a book. It's pretty good. It's called The Art of Chess. Um, the Art of Chess by James Mason. And this is on page 168 of this edition. And I set it up here on the board, and we'll just run through it. It's a pretty interesting combination. So I think you'll enjoy this before we get playing it, and it'll get our minds set in the right position. Okay, it's White's move. And believe it or not, White has like a really strong forced combination here. Maybe I should just take. Maybe White want to look at the position a little bit. It's White's move. If you see something strong, just jump right in there on the chat and tell me what you see. We can analyze it. I already know it because I already looked at the book and I thought it was pretty good, this one. So White's got to move somewhere. If he takes the bishop with the knight, obviously that just puts him in check, but he takes with the knight and nothing happens. Um, if he brings a queen out or something, Black has different resources. He can advance pawns to protect himself. Can do a lot of things. But there's one thing that White can do right now that totally wins the game. Do you see it? Did anybody see it? Take your time. We got thunder here. I don't know if you can see the flashing lights of the thunder, but I got thunder outside my lightning outside my window tonight. Okay, so if you haven't seen it yet, I'll show you what it is. It's you take this bishop and take that pawn with it. And the king basically has to take the bishop. If he moves over into the corner, then this move is incredibly strong. It's going to be like apparently like mate and um, well, yeah, it'll be basically mate because if you move out here, Black doesn't really have any way to interpose. If he comes here, you just take with this bishop, and you're still going to pull him away, um, and then come down there with the queen and mate. So let me get this set up where I was before. This bishop was here, and this bishop was here. So anyway, we were just looking at a slight combination there that Black really can't save himself by just not taking the bishop. So, and the queen was over. Trying to remember where the queen is. I have to look here. It's on a page 168, right? I always forget this position. Let me look here. I think I said it was 168. So, here it is. Yeah, the queen was at its starting position. Okay, so you come down here. That's check. The king takes the bishop. And now you see the move is very easy. The queen comes out here and Black can't interpose anything at all. The queen comes out here and puts him in check. And Black only has one move. He has to retreat the king. And now, remember at the very beginning, I said, well, if he takes the bishop to put him in check, the knight just takes. Well, he can still do that, but you see now with the queen in this position, it's directly across from the queen here. So when I put him in check here, black has just this one move. So we didn't checkmate, but it's a combination to win the queen. So pretty nifty. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll put the queen in the starting position because you might want to just look at that one more time quickly again. The knight is here. The bishop is here. And there's another bishop here. And black has a pawn here. So that's it. That's it. That's the position. And white's turn to move. Oh, wait a second. The knight. I got to remember there's a knight right here. The knight, blocks this until he takes this bishop. He blocks this rank. So that's a pretty cool position. Can you see how it works? Remember? Bishop comes down check. The king really can't save himself by just going over in the corner because there's a lot of other threats that happen. So the king takes the bishop. The queen comes out. Now it's opposed. It's opposite the board to the other queen. The king's got one place to go. So there's a check. The only way to save the mate is there, and the queen takes the queen. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to do that every once in a while now. We can start out our sessions with a little classic instruction, maybe some more things from James Mason if you guys like that. So without any more ado, let's go to Lichess and play some games, shall we? That was fun, and it is the 5th day of Christmas, and we have the brainwaves up there. Delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. And I'm running everything myself tonight. The brainwaves are up there on my own. My assistant producer Paul decided to go on strike when the Hollywood workers went on strike, and he went on strike, and since then he hasn't been back. So let's go ahead and play a game, shall we? I will play a 5+0 on Lichess and see how we do. This is going to be kind of fun. We're going to play a King's Gambit. I could joke and say for a change. Those of you who watch my channel know that I always play King's Gambit as white. Okay, I like to bring the bishop out almost as soon as possible. I'm going to bring the pawn up there. It's a kind of a strange move, I know. But these are just 5-minute games, and I do get some uh, interesting combinations and things by doing this. Yeah, they don't normally take the bishop because it's pretty strong when the pawn comes down. I'm gonna clear out this center a little bit, and I'm gonna pin this knight. And it's not because I want the knight so much, but I don't want to block my queen in by bringing my bishop out. Now I'm gonna immediately castle and see if I can get anything working here. Wow, he developed a lot faster than I thought he would. Maybe I can come over here. His knight is still pinned, so I could win maybe a pawn. That didn't work very well. Maybe I'll just take him and get his queen kind of pinned there. I don't know. I always kind of wing these. If you might notice, I kind of play the first move of the king gambit, and then I'm sort of at a loss after that. Okay, we got to develop somehow. I don't see any way to really come out strong. I just think that this might be a strong move because I'm gonna bring. It's gonna bring the pawn up to here, which looks good because I want to open up this bishop, but there he went over there. I'm just gonna bring this over because we gotta kind of play the clock here. We can't waste too much time. This knight is still pinned. Okay, he closed down the center. Um, it's, there's no pin on that knight, obviously, so I'm going to bring the bishop out to here. It's protected by this rook, and the bishop can come to here. I guess it's time to take that knight because my bishop has nowhere to go. Okay, we're doing okay here. Time is pretty good. We're all right in terms of time. Now we're going to bring out our knight, which, because I don't see anything else really to do, and we got to get that knight out of there. This doesn't look like a bad move, does it? Or does it? I don't know. I got to get the queen off the rank, and that looks like the safest place. We'll see what happens out there. The queen's not just going to sit there. It's probably going to come over here. Can it do that already? Because I got to get my knight out. Maybe I'll develop one more rook. I mean, the best players that, especially in the James Mason book that we were just studying, they always say, well, develop your pieces before you start your attack. And I usually forget that. But when you're playing against better players and you get a premature attack, you are normally um, this is weird. Okay, I just gonna keep the pressure on. I, I'm just analyzing here. He can't really attack me. He can move his knight and attack on my queen, but I can easily block out of that. There's different things I can do. I think this is the strongest move because it gives me a kind of an attack against this pawn. Like I can bring my bishop up here and maybe get something happening. And I had to protect my bishop, obviously, because he attacked it with his knight. You know, and I can lose it's not really losing the exchange. A lot of people think, though, that bishops are better than knights. And I guess they are if you're playing very, very well in long games. But on these really quick games like this, you don't have to worry too much about if you're going to trade a knight for a bishop. It's not like a really wonderful trade. Now, the interesting are all the four rooks are opposing each other. But if he takes me, I take him. If I take him, he takes me. Now I probably have to move this knight out my next move. I can already think about doing that because what else am I going to do? I don't see that he has any terrible vicious attacks against me. I think I'm going to, and I don't have any vicious attacks against him either. I'm just going to bring out my knight. This worked out pretty well, this last set of moves, because he lost quite a bit of time on the clock. He's advancing on this side. On a 5-minute game, I don't think he's going to have enough time to break through over there. His pieces are behind his pawn, and I've got a pretty good pawn structure here. So I'm not really going to worry too much about that. Famous last words, as they say, right? Um, I don't really see anything to do. I'm just going to come up here. I was checking first to make sure he can't skewer my queen and knight, but if he skewers here, I just bring their queen back to here, and I think I'll be safe. I brought the knight up here because I want to cause him some trouble by coming up here. It'll make him double think quite a few times because I'll have kind of like a checkmate here. Should I take this pawn already? I'm going to take the pawn already because every once in a while I get into huge trouble by playing cute. I was thinking, well, if I come up here. Okay, this also attacks his bishop. Hopefully he will. Well, I was going to say hopefully he'll see that and react, but hopefully for me he won't see it and react. Now, what can I do after this? After this, I would love to do something kind of tricky. Is there anything I can do? That's all I can think of. And then I'm going to bring my queen here. And I see like a number of different possibilities here. This is kind of like just a kind of like a, it looks like a pretty safe move. I have everything kind of like aligned here. And there are some attacking possibilities here. So, wow. Almost, almost, almost. I'm going to come back here. I was almost going to do something spectacular there. What if I come here? No, it doesn't work. I don't know. I should be playing time better, I guess. I'm not really playing the time very good. I should be playing the time much better. I'm just kind of screwing around here because if you notice, um, now what? He's got 12 seconds left. I'm just basically really playing the time right now. He's got 10 seconds left. And I didn't want to. He's got 7 seconds left. I didn't want to lose on the clock. He's got 2 seconds left. Put him in check. Okay, I won on time. Wow, look at my brainwaves. Did you guys see my brainwaves? I mean, that was a horrible game. The only thing good about that game is that I won, and I just won by running the clock down right at the end. My moves were not strong at the end. I was making like some really bad moves, but every move I was making was taking like 2 or 3 seconds off of his clock. And he was just so low on time. I just drained him down. Even though I was losing a lot of material, I was gaining time. And I'm not even sure that that is worth doing the post-mortem on that game. Might want to just take a look at it really quick to see if there's something interesting there. But I don't. We'll just take a peek, and if it looks interesting or something, we'll. If the opening looks interesting and strong, we can take a look at it. But it's probably just a lot of mistakes and blunders, especially on my part. I had 3 blunders already, and it's not even. Yeah, you see a million blunders. It's not a very good instructional game in terms of opening theory or anything. So we'll just play another one. If we get like a really good game where both people are playing good, then we'll do a post-mortem. So you can hopefully learn some more. Well, you learned a little bit tonight from James Mason right at the beginning, right? And in any case, we have I got to remember where the brainwaves are. They're right up there, right up here. I see them slightly different than. Ooh, this is a kind of a game that's nothing happening. Okay, so nothing happened in that game. So it's a safe game on both sides. Nobody won, nobody lost. Very few brainwave, very little brainwave data too. A lot of my fans, I don't have a lot of chatters. So if you're not completely zoned out, like how many people do I have? 817 viewers, and nobody's chatting. It's because everybody just zones out on the brain waves. They're just like looking at the brain waves, just zoning out. And okay, now I'm gonna already protect this pawn because I protect this pawn. Okay, I'm gonna castle. If he wants to take that pawn with his queen, I'll win his queen. Every once in a while, somebody will do that. Oh, wow, he castled on that side over there. I think the best thing I can do right now is just come over here for the attack. This works sometimes. If he's not careful, I move this pawn up and come down and take this pawn with my queen. This will probably be better um, over here. The problem is if I bring him here, hey, hi, yeah, you're back. Good to see ya. We're playing some pretty good chess here tonight. Everything's fine. Um, got one of my regular fans here doing the chatting. That's cool. Really appreciate it when people chat a little bit. I'm going to come down here. I don't know. That knight looks kind of safe there and everything, but maybe we can get some action over there somehow. We'll see. I kind of think that I got to develop a little bit more. I'm going to bring this knight out because, yeah, that was nice, huh? I mean, and see, he moved that up. He wasted two moves, and I kind of wanted to bring this bishop over here anyway. Now he's moving my knight out. Now I'm going to bring my knight over. If he moves one of those pawns up, I'll try to just lock him out. Okay, I don't want to open that last rank, and I don't want to just lose my... I don't want to lose my bishop either. I think I'll just go over here. I think that's my best move. He can take this pawn, and I'll move my king over here in the corner. And now as long as I can protect this pawn... Oh, you're sure about that? Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm just going to see if I have anything. You're probably right. I probably should have taken it. I'm going to move this pawn up and just kind of like keep these pawns here. Now I'll take... Oh no, but now I'll be in... Well, let's see. I can come over here. It's like one of my only moves. Oh, I should have come up with the rook. Um, wow. I'm kind of like losing big time here. If he doesn't take my bishop, I don't know. I mean, he can take my bishop right now, and I'll still have some stuff I can do against him. I was so lucky he didn't take my bishop. Yeah, I was just saying he could take that bishop, but he didn't, so maybe I'll put him... I'm just going to put his knight in trouble there, and this knight here looks kind of safe. My queen is sitting way back here. In terms of material, I think I'm just gonna... My queen's not doing anything over there, so I'm gonna come up over here and hopefully just come back here and trade queens and see what happens. Okay, I can develop this rook, I guess. If he takes this pawn down here, that's okay with me. Now maybe with this bishop sitting here, I have more attacks against his king. Who knows? Okay, so it's kind of early. Oh, I can take his bishop. That was good. Um, and now he's going to have to move his knight somewhere. And if he moves his knight, I was going to say I could do something, but I guess I can't. I'll probably bring this knight up here. Oh, he didn't move his knight. I'm going to bring my queen. This will threaten another knight. Yeah, my bishop was hanging like crazy, right? And my bishop was really hanging. Um, I need to protect this bishop here, so I did that. And can I protect that knight? No. I don't know. I'm just going to come back here, and I got pieces galore. Oh wait, I got checkmated. Uh, let's see. I'm asking. I have a question here. If my screen has a delay, let me see. Okay, I got my hands. I'm gonna snap, snap, snap. Say something on the chat, and when you say 1, 2, 3, and I'll repeat 1, 2, 3, and we'll know if it has a delay. Type 1, 1, 2, 3. So that was pretty fast. I don't think I have like a big delay. So anyway, that was a weird game. I can't believe how many. Well, I think the delay was me actually. Let's try again. Say ABC or something, and I'll read it. Or just say one letter. It'll be faster for my cognition. 1, 2, 3. How much delay was that? Like a couple of seconds or something? So yeah, it's just a little bit of delay. It's not like a minute or something. Okay, so we're doing okay. Okay, it's good. Thanks. Thanks for the check. I don't have my assistant producer Paul went on strike when those writers were on strike in Hollywood, and he never came back. So I'm just here doing everything myself. I got the EEG, I got the everything, internet, the streaming, the brainwave streaming. Everything has got to be like in really top shape condition. But we've got good luck tonight because it is the fifth day of Christmas, right? No, the fourth. 25, 26, 27, 28. Today's the 28th. That's the fourth day of Christmas. Oh, wow. How long have I been playing chess? For a long, long time. Like, I'm totally old already, and I started playing chess like when I was like 3 years old. Not professionally or anything, but um, I've been playing for a long time. I think I play for nostalgic reasons, actually, because, okay, I'm going to play another game here while we chat. Um, I play for nostalgic reasons. When I was a kid, I just hated to get checkmated, and when they took my queen, I would cry. And and now I don't cry anymore, but I do have the brain waves. Yeah, when you play with a kid, you gotta get it's good and it's bad, but you might get a little bit addicted to it. It's like I can't believe, I go crazy to play chess every day practically, and then I figured, oh, why don't I do the Twitch thing because I don't know why I'm gonna do this, but I just thought maybe I'll block him in there a little bit. Now he moves the pawn out, which is good in a way for him maybe, but it kind of maybe opens up some pieces or something. Now this bishop here in this position counteracts the knight. You see when the knight tries to advance, okay, now I got to think here. See now this pawn, I might just let him take that pawn. I'm going to shuttle my king over into the corner because he's got no place to go really. I got to bring him back, but that's okay. This position looks pretty safe for me. Now I got to think of my next move. I think I'll move here, get my queen out of this pin, and if I move this pawn up, I can double his pawns. pretty bad over here and open a rook file against his king. And that could be pretty good. And this bishop is now protected. So this pawn's not pinned anymore. If I advance him, I can take and take. So maybe I'll just do that. Like, I'm just going to kind of play the clock right now. And if he can take with the knight now, but if he does, then I win this pawn here with the bishop. So, and this knight is protecting that knight. So it was still an okay move. Okay, and we were calculating this, right? Everything was calculated. My bishop is protected against his queen. The pawn is protected with this knight. If he takes this knight's protected. My bishop's protected. Okay, now I should do something smart here if I can. Now's the moment. I think I should get. I don't know why he moved his queen there, but I'm going to oppose my rook against him because if this bishop and knight happen to move, and they can move out of there pretty fast, I'll have a discovered attack on his queen. Um, I could take this bishop. This bishop is a little bit of a liability to me because I want to bring this rook over. I'm going to just take. No, I was going to say if I take. Oh, this is pretty good. I'm going to do this. Attack his queen. The queen cannot take this pawn because I got the knight on the pawn. Okay, now that is protected. Do I have anything now? Not really. What now, brown cow, as they say? Maybe come back. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to protect this because if he takes this knight, I want to retake with this knight, and this bishop was hanging out here. I don't like hints, actually. I mean, after the game when we did the post-mortem, it would be great, but it's not that I don't like hints. It's just that, I don't know. It's kind of like very iffy about the, because, I may have planned for, um, now this bishop's not, I mean, this rook's not helping me anymore over here. Okay, now I can move this out. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to really, I kept forgetting about that bishop over there. I gotta just get rid of that thing. I might just trade down here, except, I don't know. When in doubt, you just make a bishop move or something. Well, how are we doing on time here? We're exactly even on time. Wow, this is a tight game. He'll just move his bishop up. That didn't really help me at all. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I wish I knew better. These knights protect each other, which is really nice, and his knights are protecting him themselves very well. This is kind of like a battle of. This looks asymmetrical. I'm just going to try this. Um, might have some pieces hanging out here or something. I don't know if I blundered. You tell me. It could be a big blunder. The knight looks like it can do something, but he's pinned against his queen. It looks. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm trying to analyze this too, and I really don't know. I probably should have just taken this. And I think I'm going to do that because I'm just going to play the clock. We won a little bit of time here on the clock. Ooh, that was amazing. Really didn't expect that. I'm just going to come back. No, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't just come back. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to come up here. Then knight protects that knight, and this knight protects this. Okay, now that was a blunder because it's going to get my queen if I'm not in. Okay, but now I'm going to come up here because I got basically a checkmate in the offing here. If I bring the queen over here, see, I don't know if he can protect against that. Well, he could bring the bishop. No, that doesn't help either. Okay, so I think this is going to be pretty much like a checkmate, I hope. And I come up here, and then he goes over there. Oh, I screwed it up, didn't I? I should have taken this first. I really screwed that up. We're doing okay on time. I gotta make sure this pawn doesn't queen. Oh man, I think I had a checkmate there, except I kind of screwed up. Can I stop that pawn from queening? Yeah, I think so. I win the queen, but I don't know if that's going to do it for me. I'll just win the queen and see, but I think that his pawn's going to queen if I'm not really careful here. Okay, I won the queen. And now, this is tough, man. This is, I'm going to lose something here. You see? Oh, there. That helped, man. I got the pawn. Stop the pawn just in the nick of time. He had a weird combination there because my king is on the back row and he could have advanced his pawn and really killed me. Okay, now I'm just going to try not to lose. I'm ahead by time, so I think I deserve just to run the clock down here. If I was in time trouble, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. But see, my king isn't safe. My king is safe. And he's got 12 seconds left, 36 seconds. We'll do a post-mortem on this. That protects my pawn. You see, he was going to take my pawn. I'll take this pawn too. He's got 7 seconds. Okay, I'm going to bring a pawn up for get another queen. This pawn is safe. That pawn is safe. And 0. All right, we did okay. Look at the brainwaves. Did you see those? How high they went when I won. Oh, wow, that was spectacular. They're really up there high. We got some good brainwave data on that one. That was so interesting. Oh, you know what you gotta call me is Steinitz. It's my persona. I mean, I gotta stay in character, just like the Trailer Park Boys. You know, whenever they weren't on even on screen, they always were in character, and I always stay in character, just like they do. So let's go ahead and do a postmortem, shall we? This will be fun. We got a lot of chat going on here. Um, a lot of people jumping in on the chat, in fact, um, which is cool. Get people, you know, like going back and forth, chatting with each other and chatting with me at the same time. Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I think I messed up. I think we're going to see, I'm white, and I think we're going to see some pretty horrible black, very deep, deep, deep black moments in this game because on the graph, because I'm pretty sure there were some moments that my opponent did not capitalize on some of my. It was right there. Look at that. But actually, look at that. I was white and I was winning almost the whole time. I had some, look, if you put the mouse here, do you see the blunders? I had some blunders, and one of them put me way down low. But and he had these blunders, so that was a lot of blunders. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's do a game for sure. Go ahead. I'm gonna do the postmortem here. If you can figure out how to challenge me on Lee Chess, just put the challenge there, and I'll click it as soon as I finish this postmortem. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. You know, we had a lot of great chatting here tonight, and it'd be good to play a game. So I'm just gonna click through this postmortem really quick. Okay, I'm going to type my username here because it's kind of hard, but if you go over to Steinitch, you can find me right here, look. I mean, if you go over to Leechess, look for Stine, then Itch, like Stein, like somebody drinking a Stein, and then they have an itch, Stein itch. Some people think that it means, you know, somebody that likes to drink beer or something. They have a Stein itch. That there was a famous chess player. His name was something like that, Steinitch. So I don't know. It's just a name. It's the only Steinitch that unbelievably that was anywhere on YouTube or Twitch or anything. So I was lucky to get the name. So you won't forget it, right? Steinitch. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and just click through this postmortem really quick and see. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Wow, my viewers really went up. 1,023 now, and nobody's talking. It's like, well, I got two people talking, but um, it's weird how my viewers, as opposed to other channels, a lot of other channels they get like 50 viewers and 5 people chatting. I've got 1,201 viewers and no 3 people chatting. It's because of the brainwaves. People just, you know, they just get mesmerized looking at the brainwaves, and they don't even think about chatting anymore. They just zone out. But you know, I can't blame them. It's kind of like zoning out watching TV or something. Okay, I'm just clicking through the game. Don't know why all these arrows are appearing, but they do. So, but just ignore the arrows if you can. Um, and then, okay, we're playing this. I think because you're streaming. Oh, they don't have that chat window? Oh, they don't have a chat window, but you know, you can challenge me. You can challenge me at Leechess because people do that all the time. Like I'm sitting here and it appears like right up here. It'll be like a little, oh, right here, challenge. Oh, it's gone. Okay, but it's right up here where it appears. I had a challenge there, but if you can figure out. Oh, so that, so try it again. I think it worked. Just do that same thing you did and then just leave it there and I'll check. I'll click it, but it worked because, you know, you're Saloni 20. So I saw right there, Saloni 20. Okay, so let me just run through this really quick. I'll only take a few more seconds. Let me see. Okay, so click, click, click. I wanted to see that thing. Remember where you were telling me, Salone, that I should have, um, I should have taken the pawn. We're going to see if that, I'm just curious about that one thing. I'm just going to click until we can see right down here in the corner where that pawn move was. That I think that was like a crux in the game, and well, maybe it was another game. Yeah, it was another game. Oh, okay. So, all right. So let's play a game. That postmortem wasn't worth it. I'm gonna abort the postmortem because just so many mistakes and so many blunders. I like to do the postmortems. Okay, so we got a casual game here with a viewer by the name of Salone20. So this is going to be pretty good. We'll see what she or he plays, they play. So let me see. Wow. Man, I don't know what to play against that. I don't see that very often. I'm just going to move that pawn out and see what happens. Oh, you playing that one, huh? Bring my knight out, I guess. Yeah, wow, this could be tough. If I do that, I'll be in big trouble. But if I don't do that, I'm going to bring this pawn up so I can protect my knight. Oh no, this is getting, already it's getting really kind of harebrained crazy here. I don't want to move that pawn out of there, actually. I'd like to keep that pawn there to avoid checks on this white over here, but my king will be, I'm going to bring my king over safe already because I don't know anything about this opening. I'll just bring my king over safe. And so let's see. Okay, I'm going to develop a knight. Looks like a safe move. Ah, this is fun. Completely different game. It's definitely a new game on the board for me, and that's why I think that's why my brainwaves went really high up there because when I get like a new game on the board, I'm thinking, wow, this is so cool. I've never played this before. Um, I got to develop this bishop, and I never have luck like this for some reason, and this will at least prevent the pawn coming up, I guess. So I'm just going to trade off this pawn in the middle because I think it'll make for a nice symmetrical game, and we'll see what happens. Okay, now I just got to make sure I don't lose here. And I guess I can do like that, and then the queen will have to move, I guess. The queen, I think I know where it's going to go, but I got to plan my move better. Let me click my king here, and then I always have a problem. I sometimes do bad mouse clicks and lose a game because I almost getting ready to pre-move and I don't, and then next thing I know, I'm moving the wrong piece. Okay, so there, I moved my queen up there. It should be a kind of a safe place. Um, I've got a few things that I can see that I can maybe do. Anything can happen at this point. This is an interesting game, huh? There, you see, I can't take him though because of that rook that's back there. Uh-huh. So now maybe I'll protect that a little bit better. Don't know what's going to happen, and I figure, well, get one more piece on that pawn. It's kind of an important pawn. And that pawn can't come up because I got... Okay, that's all right. If I come over here, I think it kind of protects me all around. Okay, so kind of screws up my pawn position over there, but since everything's happening over here, I'm not going to fret about that too much. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should fret more, right? Kind of like that knight there. I'm just going to come over here and see what happens with this rook. This is an interesting game. Um, just kind of doing a casual game here where we don't have any time. So we can kind of just take our time. And I'm going to go over, or maybe up here. I wouldn't do this if the knight could come across, but I'm going to do this because the king will kind of help maybe protect some pawns. He can keep advancing with the queen, but I think I can just move the king back and forth, and his knight can't come over because I got the bishop here. The bishop sitting right next to the knight makes sure that it can't just come over in that direction. That was kind of like a forced move. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that knight because that's a bad boy. Don't like that knight coming over. I kind of think my opponent has the upper hand here because my exposed king position, basically. I'm going to do like that and hope for the best. And my king will have to come up if he comes down there and checks. Oh, you can't check me. My king's already up, right? I got to protect that pawn. I'm going to bring my king over. We did this thing over here before where he brought his queen over there, and I already know that he wasn't able to penetrate over there, so I don't know. This is kind of crazy, but I'm going to try this and see what happens. Didn't help me very much. I'm going to come back. So, we don't have any time. I mean, if this game jumping around back and forth like this was on the clock, it would be quite another story because we'll see what happens here. See, no, he's got different things he can do. I'm really losing this game big time. All I can do is try not to lose more pawns. You can probably checkmate me. You'll checkmate me soon, I think. Just move my king around. Would love to. Well, we tied. I mean, I lost that game basically. Um, oops. Yeah. Happens to me a lot too. Like you don't see it coming, and after you do it once, and then suddenly you realize, oh my God, if I don't do the same move, I have an inferior position, and you just do it, and then suddenly, boom. That was fun. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, protect the pawn. I don't know. It was like a yeah, it was a good game. It was an interesting game. It was an interesting game. If you want to play another one, challenge me on time. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It makes for a good. fast game, and we can do some postmortems and stuff. Um, but that game there kind of like got a little bit into the doldrums because it was like, you were positioning over there on my king and stuff. Okay, we got a game here, 5+3. So this will be a pretty fast game. 5 minutes and 3 minutes aside. 3 seconds for every move. So we'll see how it works now this time. And now time is of the essence. I'm going to just move that one up because it's going to be pretty well protected up there. This is one more interesting game. And I'll get the knight to move. And I guess I'll get the bishop to. Everybody's going to go back where they started, basically, right? It's kind of like starting position. I guess I can make him move again. I can't make him move again or I'll lose my rook, right? So I guess I better move my king up here maybe. I don't know, win the exchange here, I guess, if I can. No, I can't because he brought his knight out over there on the side. Okay, so he traded that. Wow. This is a tough game, and I gotta make sure I don't just lose on time here. Bring my queen over here to the queen side and see what happens. Yeah, kind of thought that might be your reply. I gotta get my rooks out. How are we doing on time here? 4 minutes? Oh, I'm doing okay on time. Oh, he can take the bishop, and I'm thinking, well, it's almost the end game. King might be well centralized. This is looking interesting. I think this is my best move. Keep my king on the black and keep protecting this pawn. The next moves are going to be quite interesting, I think. Oh, he got me. He got me. Is he going to get me again? I want to make sure he just doesn't start taking on my pawns. My queen. Look at my queen. Queen is really stuck over there. Don't know if that's what's going to happen here. This is so amazing of a game. I never saw a game like this before in my entire life. Every once in a while you get like a really weird game like this where white has got like this dilemma over here. I don't know how to solve that. No, that'll certainly help a lot. Wow, that was good. Uh, 'Cause he's gonna come down here and win my bishop. But now I got his queen and his rook in a line with my bishop, so that's also good. I don't know. I'm just gonna try this and see what happens. Have to do something and okay. Wasn't what I was expecting, but it's good. I don't want to take that rook now because I would just like he would take my rook. And that attacks his queen. And the queen was defending the knight, but I gotta make sure I just don't get checkmated or something because if that queen can pop out against me really fast, that's not going to be good either. I mean, my queen can take his knight, but it might be more trouble than it's worth if he can get a strong attack. At least my king is kind of protected over here with a dark square bishop. I'm doing okay on time, 250 against 140. And this is a 3-second increment, so it's like nobody's going to get in really bad time trouble, I suppose. I'm just going to take the knight, or should I? Should I take him? I don't think so. But I don't see anything else to do. I'm just going to take him. He can do that. Kind of saw that and had that planned. Now, this is getting tough. I figured he would do something like that. Is that checkmate? Basically checkmate. I wasn't paying attention. That's checkmate. Good game. Good game. No, I should not have taken that. I should not have come over here. Um, but that was a great game. If you want to play one more, go ahead. But challenge me at five, 5 seconds. Can you take off the 3 second increment? We'll just do a straight 5 minute game. That was a good game. Yeah. I mean, it was like you felt the brain. I wasn't even looking at the brainwaves. You know, constantly when I'm playing, I'm always looking at the brainwaves and like talking about them and like really getting into how they're moving and everything. But that game, there was just so much happening that I just completely zoned out of like looking at the brainwaves and was just watching. Oh yeah, okay. Let's do the analysis. That's a good idea. I kind of think that I had like a lot of blunders because I couldn't find the way forward, and I was just like, and it was obviously a bad idea for me to take that knight over there. Oh, look at that! Look at white was like really winning. Oh, black was doing good up to a point. Um, let's just see how many blunders, mistakes. 4 blunders, 3 mistakes against 5 blunders, 1 mistake. So um, let's let's click through it and see how it was. Like, see, the thing about Lichess is I can never get the graph to show in the same place. I don't know if anyone knows how to do this, but I can never do it myself. Can never get I'm trying to adjust it so I can see the graph and the board at the same time. It's about as good as I can do. I can't really do it. There you can see, like, that's about as good as I can normally get it. Don't know why I can't do it. I don't know if I push Control L or Control Plus if it will change. No, I don't know. I think I have it kind of like optimized. I'm pushing Control L and Control Plus to try to get it. Oh, there. Okay, can you see that now? Let me look over here at the screen. Okay, good. Okay, let's do the analysis like that because we can see how it goes up and down. Nimzo. That's what it was, huh? A Nimzo Larson attack. Well, I did pretty good against the Nimzo Larson. Okay, so whatever. Okay, let's do it then. Let's go ahead and see how this was. So, you know, Salona's telling me I did okay. I'll just kind of like talk a little bit about what I was thinking about. I was thinking about, this black line here, and I got the knight here protecting the black line, and I got this here too. And I was thinking I can block with the knight. And then I moved back up into there. And now I like really got the line down pretty good. And you can see as far as the opening, I think I basically killed the opening because at the end of the opening I was right there, like 4 pawns ahead, and then I screwed up. But through the opening, I had an excellent opening, and then so I thought I could win that bishop at one point, but it was the only problem was this thing coming down. Now see, now they're saying that was an iffy move. I should have already come up into here. Oh well. And then they put me in check. I moved the king up. And then I came over there. I was thinking I was going to win the exchange, but then Ceylon brought his knight out over here, and then that was kind of stymied over there. And I still have a kind of a strong center. It's saying that I should have done that, and I was thinking that could have been a good move. Um, and it would have been probably much better. I'm really far ahead. If I had done that, doubled the pawns over there. But I was just wondering if I wanted to open up this whole side of the board over here. But in retrospect, I should have. I could have brought my bishop out over here and this other bishop protecting the king. I think I would have had no problem. Probably would have been. And that was a bad move. Oh, they're saying I should take. Ah, I didn't see that. That's where I really screwed up. Do you see what I could have done? You just take the knight. I never see those forks. I got to pay more attention to those. Because if you take the knight, and obviously you take there, and then I put you in check, and then I win a knight. I could have won that knight. And I guess that's where I really blundered. And then I could have done it again. You see, it's telling me, take the knight, take the knight. And if I had just paid more attention, I would have. And now white's winning. And I'll just kind of click through this fast because this is like the part of the game I didn't like. Was like, I didn't like it. And then I came down there. Oh, and it's I took the knight, but I should have gotten the king over here. That was a really wild game. Like I didn't know at this point. I just didn't know what to do. I saw the knight hanging there, and I was thinking, take the knight, but and then I was saying, but it just brought me. The king just got totally. The king was too exposed to the marauding, marauding, marauding queen, and this bishop posted out here, and I got the black bishop, so there was no hope, and screwed up. I screwed up big time. So wow, yeah, Salone, thanks for the game. That was a lot of fun, and the chat was great too. The chat was like really totally wonderful. Um, I don't know. It's almost my bedtime. I'm going to just check one more. The problem is I have a problem here. It's like a Cinderella effect. I have homemade gel because I don't buy the store-bought gel. And after 1 hour, it kind of dries out, and then I lose the EEG, and then I have to stop and put more gel. But that was fun because I actually learned a new thing, how to get this game analysis. That's great. In fact, I could play like this. I just keep it like I'm going to play one more. I'm just going to click here and just play a random person at 550. And I'm going to keep the board like this so we can do the postmortem afterwards. And hopefully I'll have like one good game, even though the brainwaves are sporadic right now. Hey, you cool. Wow, I love it. Look at the brainwaves. Oh, they flatlined. They flatlined when I got a new follower. That's wonderful. So let me go ahead and move here. My brainwaves do have a tendency to flatten lines sometimes when I get really excited, or that might be because of that homemade gel I was talking about. In this game, you bring out the white bishop. I know to do that just so that it doesn't get stuck behind these pawns. And now your guess is as good as mine. The deal with the brainwaves is you can see inside my mind, right? Um, it's just totally interesting to see what my neurons are doing as I'm playing. And those are the delta, alpha, beta, gamma waves in real time. And, we all have brain waves. We don't all see them in real time like I'm able to do with this little contraption that I have. It's the Muse 2 EEG band. It's not fake. I mean, it's totally fake. I mean, it's totally like, look, if I move the band, um, it'll say, oh, it loses the connection or whatever. No, it's not fake at all. It really works. I mean, there are a lot of programs that fake brainwaves. And I have a problem right now. The brainwaves are not showing up like they're supposed to. Um, and it's because I was explaining about that. I make my own EEG gel, and after 1 hour, it just gets dry. And that's why they're flatlining so much right now. So now what? I don't know. I'm just going to push this pawn up here. We're doing okay on the clock. And I kind of figured he would do that. I got to develop my queen somewhere. Do I have any problems? Got to do something here. What can I do? What is he going to do? I'm going to bring my rook up here and maybe double here. I'll bring my rook back. It was not the best idea. I wasted a move there. No, but they're not fake brainwaves. Take my word for it. They're really cool and real interesting brainwaves. I'm kind of like losing some things here. Um, he can double my pawns over here on this side, but he'll have to lose his queen to do that, and then I mean my king's not going to be too exposed over here, I don't think. So it should be okay. Okay, that was a good move. He's going to get a pass pawn out of this. I'm going to just take because I don't want to. He'll have an isolated pawn, basically, I think, because I'm going to take him here, and then he'll take me. And, oh, wow, this is something. Wow. I don't know why he's taking so long here. I think the move is kind of obvious. I mean, he had to basically do that, and then I have to do that. But I think he was looking at this move. That's why he was taking his time. I might win a knight here because if he doesn't do that, he's checkmated. So we'll do the postmortem on this game. This could be an interesting game for a postmortem. I think I'm just going to lose the bishop and come down here and get a queen. Like I think it'll be a lot more fruitful than try to save my bishop, and then I don't know. I just see that that will work. So, is this checkmate? Yeah. Okay, that was checkmate. Oh, and that was great. Wow, I got a couple of followers. Horse 57212. Thanks a lot. Alan Black. Great name. Thanks a lot. But no, they're not fake. I'm going to be on tomorrow. Look, we're on the. This is the fourth day of Christmas, right? Tomorrow's the fifth day of Christmas. I'll be back. I'm going to do all the 12 days of Christmas, Christmas specials, because I love Christmas. And with the Christmas spirit, maybe I even play a little bit better. But you'll see tomorrow when I come back on, I'll have the fresh gel, and you'll see those are real. Those are real brainwaves. If you watch the play, you can see it's in real time, and like when I get really stressed out. It's only my schedule for streaming is always about the same time. I have to work basically all day, and then at night I'm supposed to work too because I'm behind in my work and I'm supposed to catch up. But I just don't do it, and I just figure, well, instead of just wasting my time playing chess, I'll maybe do some Twitch and who knows, get some followers or something, and it's a lot of fun. So let's do the analysis board, shall we? But if you want to catch me, always catch me about the same time or a little before, actually, because I'm kind of like almost ending now. But like 2 hours ago, I think I started. Um, and it's a lot of fun. You can see the brainwaves. A lot of my viewers just zone out on the brainwaves. They just come to watch the brainwaves. It's like zoning out on, watching your favorite TV serial or something. Okay, so let's look at the. I had actually two blunders. I'm going to put it there so we see where they were. Um, I had two blunders where white got like a big advantage, and my opponent had three blunders. So, but the opening, look at this. Look at this. Look, you can see that on the graph. The opening was excellent. No blunders, no mistakes. Like, look, there's his mistakes are after the opening. Here's my mistakes. That's an inaccuracy. My mistakes are there. So all the way in halfway through the middle game, we were playing. It's not a perfect game, obviously, but we weren't making any mistakes or blunders. So it'll be a educational postmortem. So let's take a look at this, shall we? I'm going to start it back over, and you can see the line as it advances. This line as it advances, when it gets all the way up to here, we're basically playing a game that you could play, and it would be basically a perfect game. No mistakes, no blunders. See, um, the theory of this whole opening, this Carol can, um, you got to bring the bishop out. You bring it to here or to here, but you got to bring it out because you're going to bring this pawn up, and then it gets blocked in, and it's no fun. So I think that's the only key to the Carol can, and then everything else I kind of just um, follow my, I'd like to say instincts, but you just kind of follow your nose. Okay, so far no mistakes, no blunders, except right up to there. Um, let's go back. They're saying that it would have been better to move that up. That's kind of a, not very many players would do that. I think that was a good, looks like a good move that white did. Um, just still clicking through. That was a mistake. I brought my rook up, but the good thing was I realized it was a mistake and brought it back. So I kind of like wasted two moves there, but it's not like anything is happening here where I'm pushed for time anyway. The game was kind of stabilized. And now you see we're even again. Look at that. 0-0. And right there, it's kind of interesting. I'm way, 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 way ahead now. Way, 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 way ahead because it looked good for him. I'll go back here just a second. This trade, like I traded there. I attacked his knight, and if he had taken this rook, it would have been safe. Because you see, if he takes this rook and I retake, I can't come back and down here and do the checkmate. But when he takes with this rook, which was protecting his back rank, and then I retake with the other rook, I've got the back rank threat, and his knight is still in check. So you're not supposed to say it's in check; it's threatened, I guess you could say. And at this point, um, like I just went down here to get the queen because I put him in check, and then he's got one move, and then this checkmate. So that was a lot of fun. The brainwaves are working good. The gel is flatlining quite a bit, but it's still with us. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the 5th day of Christmas. And thanks a lot for the support. Thanks for playing the games. Thank you, Silone, for some great games. Thanks for the new followers, and have a great 4th day of Christmas. What's left of it, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so hang tight. Oh, forgot to say, just like Saint Nick, um, a Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. End the stream. Bye bye.